Franco, great to see you. Obviously, happy memories of this time last year and that FP1 shot here, and then your F1 dream kind of started. Can you imagine the 12 months that you've had right now when you look back?
It was crazy. And it all started here, so it's nice to come back now as a driver. It was very exciting last year to get to know those news, to get to know I was driving in FP1, my first FP1 with the team. Didn't have any kilometers with the car, so it's very new to everything, and it was a job very well done in that FP1. Probably then gave me the opportunity to jump in the car. James had the confidence in me to put me in the seat later on, so it was where it all started, and it's very nice to come back here after 1 year and being now enjoying that as a racing driver.
How much more experience do you feel you've got? You obviously had that stint at Williams, and now you've just done this stint at Alpine. It must feel like a world away from that first FP1.
It's so different. And I think that's, of course, very important to have now all that experience. It's going to help me to... I think it's the first track I actually driven, and Formula 1 car as well. It's going to be my second time driving an F1 car in the same track. So it's good to be back here. It's always a very enjoyable track to drive in, to get the experience, of course. Last year was very important, and can't wait for getting out tomorrow and drive here in Silverstone.
Hola. Important race for the team. Obviously, the home race just down the road. Lots going on as usual. Mid-season rumours about drivers coming in. Valtteri Bottas being named. How close do you think? Obviously, if you start scoring some points, I think all of that kind of goes away. Both you and Pierre. How close do you think the car is, or do you feel you just need a bit more from the car? Because Austria, you're unlucky. You got spun around by Yuki, but it feels you're close. To being in the points.
It feels closer, definitely. I think if you look at my weekend in Canada, we're very close there. Being a bit more lucky, behind Gabriel, getting past him, we would have been on the points. So it's coming. It's probably not the easiest track, this one as well for us, in terms of PU sensitivity. It's not the best one, but we are working hard as a team. We are working hard to make things better. It's not where we want to be right now, and we have a lot of work that we are doing behind the scenes. We are trying to get better, especially on my side. I think Fridays are very important. When you start that step back, then it's trickier to get looking at those details that we should. So I think generally we are just pushing forward to get where we want. I'm sure we can be up there, and it's just putting everything together, making that car more predictable, a bit easier to drive for us drivers in those extreme conditions, and as like Austria gets extremely tricky for us, and there is a lot of work, to improve as drivers, but also to help the car and get better, because we need to get better in every aspect at the moment, and I'm sure we will do. The team is pushing a lot. They have been very supportive, but they also don't lose the motivation, and that's, I think, the important part in this sport, that can go up or down very quickly. And I think as a team we are just pushing forward and trying to do our best. Let's see what we can do in our home race.
Pierre, I know that the power unit is, what you've got with it, and around here it might be quite painful. How difficult then do you think this weekend might be for your team?
I think I'm prepared mentally, and just to face a very, very tricky weekend. I think as an all this year it's been quite difficult and tricky. It's extremely tight in the midfield, but we see more towards the back of it, and clearly we know starting the season that Silverstone is one of the track which probably suits us the least. So we know it's going to be tough. It doesn't change. We're going to try as hard as we can, and I'm praying for a bit of rain to spice things up and hopefully give us a bit more chances.
Hello. I was just talking to Franco. I mentioned the Valtteri Bottas rumour. He was keen to stress that it's just, as a team, everybody needs to improve. I guess the thought is, I don't even know if it's true, but maybe the team want to get another experienced guy to benchmark the car. I don't know whether you think that's useful.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think it's a lot of noise. I think the car is, I'm showing every weekend what's we can do with it, and doing a very good job on Saturdays in putting it in places that on paper we all agree we should not really be. So it's just tricky. It's a very tight midfield, and we're at the back of it. There'll always be noise, and you know, especially I think considering what's happened early in the year. But I think at the end of the day, we should just focus on the work ahead. It's going to be a long season. We don't have upgrades. The car is not in the best place, but I think all of us needs to focus on what we got to do and try to do it the best way we can.